Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack complex topics, give you that shortcut to really knowing what's going on. Today, we're looking at artificial intelligence. It's quite a journey from, well, a philosophical idea in post-war labs to this engine that's driving so much today. Our mission really is to figure out how we got here. Why does it feel like AI exploded now? And maybe touch on where it's all heading. You know, it feels so modern, doesn't it? AI. So current, but the surprising thing is just how long this idea has been kicking around. The actual seed, you could say, was planted way back. We're talking the 1950s. That's when people like Alan Turing started asking this, well, at the time, incredibly radical question: can machines think?
Yeah, and it's hard to overstate how radical that was in the 1950s. I mean, you have to picture the technology then. Computers were these enormous machines. Took up whole rooms. They could barely handle basic math problems, honestly. So the idea that they could think, or, you know, recognize a face, generate an image, that was pure science fiction, really. But Turing's question, simple as it sounds, it wasn't just idle thinking. It really did plant that seed, the foundation for everything.
It's just incredible, that leap from then to now. I mean, think about it. We have facial recognition unlocking our phones, algorithms suggesting movies, self-driving cars, well, attempting to navigate busy streets, things Turing probably couldn't have even conceived of back then.
Yeah.
So what happened? What bridged that massive gap? What was the actual catalyst that turned this, philosophical question into the stuff we use every single day?
Well, the huge shift, the turning point for AI's exponential growth, really came down to two key things in this century. First, just an unbelievable explosion of data. And second, a massive jump in computing power that became accessible. Think of AI like a brain or a student, maybe. It needs examples to learn from, experiences. Right. Without enough of that, it can't learn anything meaningful.
Or needed the raw material.
Exactly. And the digital age, the internet, social media, smartphones everywhere suddenly created this colossal ocean of data. Pictures, text, user clicks, videos, just endless streams of information for these AI systems to train on. We went from a tiny pond to an ocean.
Okay, so the data was there.
Right. And then at the same time, you had the hardware catching up, powerful processors, especially GPUs, graphics processing units. They were originally designed for like video games, rendering graphics.
Right, for making games look good.
Yeah, But researchers realized these GPUs were incredibly good at the type of parallel calculations needed for training AI models. Suddenly, you could train these really complex systems on all that data incredibly fast.
Faster than before, you mean?
Oh, orders of magnitude faster. What might have taken weeks or months before, you could now potentially do in days or even hours. And that speed, that ability to iterate quickly, that's what unlocked the kind of advancements we see now. Things like AI writing essays or creating, genuinely striking art. Things that were just dreams before.
It wasn't just one big breakthrough then.
No, absolutely not. It was decades of incremental steps building on each other.
Which brings us to this more recent, well, it feels recent, boom in generative AI. Things like ChatGPT, Midjourney, you hear about them constantly now. And the shift here seems really significant. It's not just machines analyzing information anymore. Now they're creating it, producing completely new stuff: text, images, music, even computer code.
That's a great way to put it. The shift from analysis to creation or generation. And linking back to what we said, it's crucial to understand this didn't just appear out of thin air. It might feel like magic sometimes, but it isn't. This is the payoff from decades of research. Foundational work on things like neural networks, deep learning, concepts refined over many, many years.
Like building blocks.
Exactly. Small steps building towards these, giant leaps we're seeing now. Especially with architectures like the transformer model, which is behind a lot of these generative systems, that allowed them to understand context and relationships in data in a much more sophisticated way, which is key for generating coherent and novel outputs.
So taking all that in, the long history, the data explosion, the processing power, the generative leap, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It forces that big question. Is this actually a new industrial revolution? A lot of people are saying yes, but, instead of steam or electricity driving it.
It's algorithms this time.
Right, algorithms.
Yeah.
Neural networks, deep learning models. That's the engine now.
And that parallel, thinking of it as an industrial revolution, it immediately brings up some really profound questions for all of us.
Yeah.
Is this new engine going to make our lives fundamentally better, easier, maybe more creative, more human? Or does it bring a whole host of challenges, disruptions, transformations that frankly, we might not be ready for yet. It's not just about the tech itself, is it? It's about how society adapts, how we live, how we work, maybe even how we understand what intelligence is.
Yeah, that's a heavy question. It really just hangs there. So we've traced quite a path today from that almost philosophical question, can machines think, back in the 50s,
Yeah.
through the whole data and computing boom that really unlocked AI's power in the 21st century, right after this generative AI wave that's washing over us right now.
A huge transformation.
It feels like we're still just at the beginning, really. This is
Really?
reshaping things in ways we're only starting to grasp.
And maybe a final thought to leave with everyone listening. As these machines get better, not just at analyzing, but at creating and, appearing to innovate, how do we adapt not just our jobs or our tools, but our own understanding of what makes us human? What does human intelligence or creativity even mean when machines can replicate or augment so much of it?
That's definitely something to chew on. A powerful thought. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Next time, we'll be digging into how AI is specifically transforming work and education. Think jobs disappearing, but also completely new roles emerging that we maybe haven't even imagined yet. Stay curious.